You have done it since the moment you were born. You will do it on and off for your whole life. And you are the only creature on earth that does it for the reasons you do. Crying, salt water leaking from your eyes at the exact moments life becomes too much. Grief, joy, beauty, pain, a song of goodbye. It is one of the strangest things your body does. Think about it. Why would powerful emotion make your eyes spring a leak? Other animals feel. A dog grieves, an elephant mourns, but as far as we can tell, not one of them weeps emotional tears the way you do. This is a deeply human mystery. To understand why we cry, you first have to know a secret. You do not make just one kind of tear, you make three, and they are completely different. The first kind is always there, a thin, invisible film that coats your eyes with every blink, keeping them wet, smooth, and clean. You are in a quiet way, always crying a little. The second kind is the emergency tear. Chop an onion, catch some smoke, and your eyes flood to wash the irritant away. Pure reflex, pure plumbing. Nothing to do with feeling. But the third kind is the strange one, the mysterious one, the emotional tear, the one that comes not from an onion but from your own heart. And here is the astonishing part. When scientists studied these three tears, they found the emotional ones were not the same as the others. Chemically, they are different. In the 1980s, a researcher named William Frey did something wonderfully odd. He collected people's tears, onion tears in one vial, sad tears in another. When he compared them, the emotional tears carried extra cargo. They were richer in stress hormones and natural painkillers, the chemicals your body floods with in times of distress. This led to a beautiful idea that crying might literally be a reservoir, that when you weep, you are flushing out the chemistry of stress, washing storm out of your body. It is why, after a really good cry, you so often feel strangely lighter, emptied, calmer, as if the tears carried the weight out with them and left you clean. The science on this is still debated, but almost everyone knows the feeling in their bones. Sometimes the only way past a feeling is to let it pour straight out of your face. But crying is not only about the eyes. When real emotion hits, your whole body joins in, your breath catches, your throat tightens, your chest heaves. This is your nervous system in a storm. But the same ancient alarm system that handles fear and stress takes hold, and the tears are just the most visible part of a full-body event. That lump in your throat when you are trying not to cry, that is real. Your body is bracing, holding the storm back, and the effort of it presses against your throat. Crying is one of the few things you cannot fully fake, and often cannot fully stop. It rises from somewhere deeper and older than your conscious control. It simply happens to you. Now here is where the mystery deepens and turns beautiful, because the release valve idea is only half the story. Tears are not just for you, they are a message. Think about what a tear does. It is visible, it shines on your face, it changes how you look instantly to anyone watching. Tears are not hidden, they are on display. Many scientists now believe this is the real point. Emotional tears evolved as a signal, a silent, honest flag that says without a single word, I am overwhelmed, I need you. And crucially, tears are hard to fake. A cry of real grief pulls at something deep in anyone who sees it. Tears are an honest signal in a world full of masks. When you see someone truly weep, something in you responds before you can even think. You soften, you move closer, you want to help. Tears reach past our defenses. This may be why we cry hardest around the people we trust most. Alone, tears help release, but with others, they do something more. They call for connection. Picture a human baby. It cannot speak, it cannot point, it cannot fend for itself at all, but it has one incredibly powerful tool for survival. It can cry. A baby's cry is a lifeline. It reaches across a room and pulls a caregiver in. It says, feed me, hold me, keep me safe, in a voice no parent can ignore. We are born crying because for a helpless infant, tears and cries are survival itself, and that deep link between crying and being cared for never fully leaves us. Some scientists think this is the root of adult tears too, that weeping keeps a thread of that infant bond alive, a grown-up way of saying, I am hurting, please come close. Crying turns private pain into a shared event. It pulls a group in around the one who suffers. In a species that survives by sticking together, that is a powerful thing. But grief is only one reason we cry, because we also cry when nothing is wrong at all, at a wedding, at a reunion, at a piece of music so beautiful it aches. Why on earth would overwhelming happiness make you cry the very same way as sorrow? For a long time, this made no sense to anyone. One idea is that tears are not really about good or bad at all. They are about intensity, about feeling so much so fast that the emotion simply overflows the edges. Your tears may be a kind of pressure release for the soul. When any feeling, joy or grief, grows too big to hold inside, it spills out of your eyes to keep you steady. Some researchers think joyful tears may even help the body find its balance, a rush of overwhelming happiness cooled and steadied by a quiet cry. So, easy silence fall at a funeral and a wedding, because both are moments when life becomes almost too much. Tears are how we survive our own biggest feelings. And there is a reason a hard cry can leave you feeling almost sleepy and soft afterward. Deep sobbing does something quiet and physical to your body. The slow, shuddering breaths of a real cry can gently switch your body out of high alarm and into its rest and calm mode, the same system that soothes you towards sleep. So crying is not just letting the storm out. It can also be your body reaching for the brake, deliberately calming its own racing engine after a wave of feeling. It may be why a good cry is so often followed by a long sigh, a stillness, and sometimes the deepest sleep you have had in weeks. Your tears, in the end, are part of how you heal yourself, a built-in way to feel the feeling fully and then slowly come back down to calm. And yet, for something so natural, we spend a lot of our lives fighting it. We are taught so often that crying is weakness, that strong people do not weep. But think about what that really means. It means training ourselves to hide our clearest, most honest signal for help, to suffer alone rather than call others close. The truth science keeps pointing to is almost the opposite of the old lesson. Crying is not a failure of strength. It is one of our deepest tools for connection and repair. To cry in front of someone is to trust them with your unguarded self. It is one of the most human, most vulnerable, and most bonding things two people can share. You carry this ancient system with you every single day, mostly without noticing it. The tears that sting your eyes at a sad film are the same signal a grieving ancestor sent across a fire. The lump in your throat at a wedding is 100,000 years old. Every time your eyes prick with feeling, your body is running a program older than language itself, a way of saying what words never quite can. This matters. I am moved. Be near me. And when you comfort someone who is crying, you are answering that same ancient call. Two nervous systems reaching across the space between them exactly as they were built to do. So the next time your eyes fill for grief or for joy or for something you cannot even name, try not to fight it and try not to be ashamed. Those tears are not a glitch. They are one of the oldest and truest things about you, a signal of a heart that feels deeply and a creature built to be held. You are the animal that cries, not from weakness, but because you love and you grieve and you are moved more powerfully than any other creature alive. And every tear you have ever cried was your body's ancient, wordless way of reaching for another human being and saying quietly, please, do not let me feel this alone.